Hi everybody, I'm a hot sweaty mess and there's an airplane about to come over, but I'm like 90% done with this project and I'm like, why didn't I put this on film? So here we go. Let's see what we can catch at the end here. So one of my YouTube influencers, she built this beautiful flower bed from logs that she had in her property. And while I have those logs and was planning on doing something similar, I got lazy and decided to just go with the larger pieces. I don't need this to be very deep. I have this cherry tomato that I needed to get into the ground, and I have no space that I liked to put it without disturbing some other stuff. So I figured I'd build something. And this is a space that I want to build out anyway. This is a Japanese maple, maybe? I'm not sure. And I want to surround it with some raised beds on all four sides. In the back, like maybe 6 feet or 8 feet by 4 feet, maybe 3 feet deep all around. So that's a future project. But for now, it's just kind of, prepping the soil and giving me a visual of what it could be in the future. So anyway, I harvested some prime firewood here that my husband was annoyed by a little bit. I scratched up the bottom, weeds. I didn't want to disturb too much of the soil and disturb this tree because these trees are very temperamental. I put cardboard down to suppress any weeds, and then I was like, I'm not just going to use premium potting soil or compost manure. So I went into the woods. We had a burn pile. I grabbed what is this? Charcoals, and a little bit of clay soil that got moved around. And then my compost tea, like charcoal by itself, is gonna suck up whatever moisture and sustenance you have on top of it. So I went into my compost tea and grabbed the solids that hadn't broken down yet. So that will inoculate the charcoal, and in time will give back to the soil and the plants. And then on top of that, I put in the premium stuff, the potting soil and the manure. And then on top of that, I'll put in the compost that I've been making at the end. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I will get back to you when I've finished, or when I get to the next phase. So it's day 2, because that's how I roll. But that's okay, because it's given this area settling time. This is the mulch, the compost that I'm using as mulch. What we're gonna do. This is the Gobstopper tomato, by the way. It's a cherry tomato. Tomatoes are pretty forgiving as far as transplanting, but that's the thing with these containers, it's a little hard to get the plants out of them. So we have healthy root development, and I could separate these Okay. Now since with the tomato you can bury the stem quite a ways, I'm going to go all the way down to the good soil, which is a good, let's see how much mulch I have here. 2-3 inches to the good soil. A little bit more. Good job. And voila, there you have it. I have planted my last tomato plant of 2021. We'll see if they make it through to fruiting before winter hits us. I might sprinkle in some flowers or basil or some other herbs around this. There's space. Well, that was fun. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.